Hello. I'm here with you in Maui today. So it's so nice to be here. I'm visiting my really good friends, a Clean Food Dirty Girl, and Molly Patrick just handed me this beautiful juice. It was beet, so if I have red teeth, that's the beet juice. But it was so delicious. All my cells are just going, yeah! So drink some juice today. It's awesome. Hey, Jennifer Faye. Hey, Jim. Glad to have you guys with me today. We're going to be talking about our voice and, in particular, inner dialogue. Like, what do we say to ourselves? What is that inner voice running continuously? So, how do we hear that, right? Because sometimes it's just on automatic and it's just going. So the way that I do that, and we're going to do this together right now, is to think of something that's coming up that's a choice for you. Like maybe it's just as simple as where am I going to go eat dinner tonight? Or maybe it's something more challenging like I need to make a move. Where would I like to move? Or I need to change jobs or something like that. And it's in those choices that I hear my inner voice. So I want you just to sit back for a moment, take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Say, ha, open that mouth, ha, let it all out. That's a vibration. And this space is a vibrational space. It heals by vibrating. So we're going to heal part of our inner dialogue by making some noise today. So let's do this one more time. Deep breath in. Ha. Feel that vibration and notice what this space feels like. So you can do that all the time, wherever you are. Really good in the subway in New York City. Jim. But anyway, so now we're going to consider a choice. So just conjure something up that is coming up in your world, a choice that you have to make, simple or big. And I want you just to get quiet for a moment, feel the vibration in your throat, and notice what your inner voice has to say about that choice. It usually doesn't take very long, does it? Does anybody hear theirs? Anything coming up? Oh, mine sure did. Oh, and that's what we've got to hear, is what does our inner voice say on a regular basis? What is it telling us? And this thing is running all the time. And your neck pain comes from that inner voice not telling the truth. So what gets us in pain here is lying. So we have outer dialogue where we can lie to others, and we have inner dialogue where we can lie to ourselves. So we're going to focus on the inner dialogue today. In the inside of what we have to say to ourselves lies on the left side of our neck. It's the left side of our neck. So we are going to work on both sides, but just know that this is the space where we speak internally to ourselves. So I'm going to give you just a little movement to help with this. So what you need is a block. So run and get your block if you don't have it with you. And if you don't have a block, go get one. You're going to really need it. This thing is the best for releasing necks. So you're going to want to have one. So put it on your to-do list to make yourself a priority. Go get a block. So hopefully some of you have blocks. Let me just see if there's any questions or anything going on here before I start. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to lie on our side, and we're going to start on our left side. And as I come down, I might have to move this down so you can see it a little better. is I just lie on my side and my arm is just alongside my body, and I'm going to take my block into the side of my neck, right where my shoulder and my neck meet, and I'm going to put that edge of the block right there. And I turn my head side to side. I just rock it side to side, and as I rock side to side, I'm pushing that block up and into right by my ear. So I'm going to do this again. You guys, if you've got it, can keep going and do it again and again. So I'm going to place the edge of that block right where my shoulder and neck meet. And if you notice, this bottom part of the block that's on the floor is coming off. And then as I rock my head side to side and I move that block up along the side of my neck, right up into underneath my ear, it kind of scrapes along my scalenes. Oh, feels so good. That's what this block is good for, is getting this side stuff because a ball can't get into it. Now, some of you might be really tight and you have to use the lower edge of the block. That's okay. You just do whatever you can do. You can use it on the lower edge too, and it just is a little bit different. It doesn't, for me, give me that really nice pull that I like, but it certainly gets into my knots of tension. So we just keep going, doing it over and over again, and you can add a ha breath as you ha go up. Let's do it a couple more times. Ha, ha, ha. Going right underneath, right up to that bottom of your ear. Oh, that's where the attachments are, and you might even want to spend some time there because that can be a really intense place. Just getting into those knots of tension. Now this is our left side. You can do it again. And the left side is where we talk to ourselves, our inner dialogue. And notice how tight and tense it is here on this side. And as we go to the other side, you're going to notice the difference. So some of us really have to work on changing our inner dialogue, and some of us have to change our outer dialogue. But if there's pain here at all, you have work to do around changing your inner dialogue. Okay, so, feels so good. Now, just in between, we're going to change sides, but we're going to roll onto our back. I like to go on the lower side now and just place the edge of the block in the back of my neck. And I just rock my head side to side and I breathe. And what you're noticing, if you look, the edge of the block that's on the floor that's closest to me is a little bit off. That really gets that block edge into my neck. And it can be awkward at first to work with the blocks, but you'll get used to it and you're gonna love it. You're gonna really, really, really love it. And I too kind of just move that block back and forth and get it to dig in. And if I find a spot that really needs some help, I can even like kind of tilt my block bunny and whatever way to get in there. It's so, so good. I love a block in my neck. And it really, really starts to address this inner voice of mine that doesn't always tell me the truth. All right, now, when you've had enough, we're going to switch sides. You guys can just roll over onto the next side. I'm going to flip around. So we're going to do our right side. So I'm going to take that block, put it right where my neck and my shoulder meet. Put that edge right there, and the bottom part of that block that's away from me is off the floor. And then as I push it up my neck, the edge that's closest to me comes off the floor. Feels so good. Now this is, keep going, just keep doing it over and over again. This side is your outer voice. So notice which side is tighter. You can always tell when you do one side and then you switch sides, which side is tighter. And this practice is a lot about getting to know yourself. And so you might be knowing that, it's my left side of my neck. It's my inner dialogue that I really need to focus on. And that's what we're doing in this week's practice, the Ageless Movement Practices at agelessmovemore.com. But if it's this right side, oh, you're gonna need to change your outer dialogue too. So just notice, where are you tight? Where are you tense? Where are you not telling the truth? So important to know. Okay, a couple more times, just rocking side to side, digging that block in, just slowly going up. And oftentimes when I find a really oogie place, I just stay on it and oh yeah. And then again, when you can come off, you can go back to center with that block and just rest a minute. Whew. And notice. Oh my gosh, it feels so good. So, how are you all doing with this? What do you feel like? What's happening for you? Anybody? Let's see. Yay, this is a good one. It hurts so good. I know. Oh, it does. And some of you may notice, hey, Darla, hey, Nancy, that when you come off of doing it, there's such a freedom. Like my shoulders feel better. My jaw feels like it's a little bit unhinged. My head is clearer. Because when we carry a lot of tension here, when we are clamped down around listening maybe to that inner voice that is not telling the truth, maybe it's telling you that, you're not so great, you're not worthy, whatever it has to say, that creates a ton of tension in our neck, which can creep up into our head and give us a headache. It also can radiate back down into our shoulders and give us shoulder pain. So this week's practice is all about releasing the neck, and I highly recommend that you do it because your shoulders are going to feel better, your head's going to feel better, and your neck's going to be like, woohoo! We're going to go back to being bobbleheads, right? Because all that stiff upper lip stuff that kept our jaws really tight, it doesn't do anything for us but cause us to be not in our truth, to say things that are not true for us, and to hurt our necks. Yeah, so let's go out and speak our truth this week. Let's open our necks, speak our truth to ourselves. So listen to what that inner dialogue is saying. And so when I was listening a moment ago and I brought up a decision that I had to make, so that's the best way to hear it is, come up to a choice that you have to make and then listen to what your inner voice is saying about what you're deciding to do or not. And mine was like not very nice. And so it was saying like, oh my gosh, you're so stupid. Don't do that. What? Like really? That's when we stop. We take a deep breath in, a full breath out, and we change that. And I'm going to change mine into like, wow, you are so brave. You are doing so good. Keep going. Keep trusting. So much better than, oh my gosh, you're so stupid, right? Okay, Jill, hey, let's see. Hi, Michelle. I don't have a block, and I'm not sure I could easily find one. I know, in Costa Rica. Is there any reason I couldn't sit upright and roll a softball into that area? I just want to make sure that I wouldn't be too firm. Thanks. The only thing with the softball, and I've got one around here somewhere, hang on, got one right here, is that it, the shoulder gets in the way. So as I go to lie down on this, like so, I can't get into my sides that easily. I mean, it is better than nothing, but it's not as good as a block. The other thing that I have used when I've been places and I really need to do that and I don't have a block is a book, like a thicker book. You just have to kind of hold the pages together, as you kind of go into that side. But maybe Amazon, order one from Amazon. Yeah, I would really try to get one. Let's see, Nancy. Also tight, the neck affects the pelvic floor. Oh yeah, so if we're clamping down here, we're clamping down here in our gut, and we're clamping down in our pelvic floor. Can't be helped. Some of you know the bandhas. If you're tightening one bandha, you're going to have tighten the others. Let's see. Jill. But sitting up, not lying down, using my hand. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's okay. Yeah, that's better. That's a little bit better. The only thing is that it's so good to use a block. But this is okay. Yeah, Jill, just, you know, do what you can with what you got, right? Basically, everything that I teach has come because I have, you know, some area that I need to get into, and then I go look for something that could get into it, right? Really, really good. So you might, Jill, even just look around in your environment and just like pick up something that might work, and maybe tell me what it is when you find it. But this is perfectly fine. The only thing I don't like about this is I'm using my arm, and I'd rather have my shoulder be relaxed. Yeah, awesome. All right, so you guys do this inner dialogue practice. It's so good. And Jill, it actually has a lot more movements than that, you know, don't need a block. So if you want to check it out, please do. And let's start changing what we're saying to ourselves this week. Let's start changing those fear messages into love messages, and let's see what happens to our lives. All right, go out. Really, really, really love on yourself this week. Really, really tell yourself how amazing you are, because you are. Like, you guys are so, so awesome. Just the fact that you're here and you're facing yourself first and you're asking these questions, I mean, that puts you in a place that most people aren't. You know, we live in a society where we look for what's going on inside of us, outside of us. That doesn't work. Pills don't work. Having someone else's input come in doesn't work. We've got to learn to listen to this magnificent system, this beautiful body that we carry around. And if we're putting it down, it's not going to be running so well. So talk nice to yourself this week. Love on yourself. Mwah. Love you. Bye.